Okay, good afternoon, everyone. So let's start our class for today. Today we will continue the other part of the proposal. Okay, so are you ready, everyone? Okay, so let's start. Today we will see that Natalia, she will enter the drawing room and they will have conversation. Ivan Lomov and Natalia, they will have conversation here. Now let's see if Lomov he will propose Natalia for marriage or not, or what will happen there. Okay, so let's say it. So yesterday we have already we came to know about the story that Lomov, he comes to Chuvukov's house to ask his daughter's hand, and Chuvukov, he was also expecting the same. So he was also very happy when he heard those words from Lomov that he wants to marry his daughter. So Lamov, he has some problem. He is suffering from palpitation, nervous breakdown, and because of that, he has some problem, and that's why he was thinking that not to wait for someone else, not to wait for a perfect partner, or not to wait for the true love, but to marry Natalia, as Natalia is almost Natalia. She is a hardworking girl. She know all the household work, and she's also beautiful. So he thought that it will be sufficient for a man to marry, for him to marry Natalia. If he will wait for long, then it will be then here his age will uh, he will cross his age to get a perfect partner. So he is ready to marry Natalia, and he was also thinking, if a girl will know about his problem, his palpitation and all, and then of course there might be some problem in his marriage, so he doesn't want to wait for anyone. So he's ready. And now Natalia, she enters the drawing room, and let's see what the kind of discussion they have. Okay, the conversation they have. You can take out page number 146. So Natalia Stepanova comes in. Now Natalia, she enters, and then Natalia, she talks. Well, there, it's you. And Papa said, go, there's a merchant come for his goods. How do you do, Ivan Vasilevich? And then Natalia, as she entered the drawing room, oh, you are, she's also surprised to see Ivan Lomov. And she says, that, oh, you are here. Actually, Papa told that some merchant businessman has come to sell his products, and he told me in that way, and I just came to see what product the businessman has brought. But it's you. And then she asks him how he is, because they had not been in they were not in connection for a long time. So she asks how he was, and she's also surprised to see Lamov, how do you do, honored Natalia Stepanova? And Lomov, he also asked her how she is, how her work are going on. She, by using the most respected word, honored Natalia Stepanova. So he respects her, and in a respect, as he respects her, means he also has some purpose. He has his own purpose to actually behave in such a way. Now, Natalia, you must excuse my apron and negligee. We are shelling peas for drying. Why haven't you been here for such a long time? Sit down. They sit themselves. Won't you have some lunch? And then Natalia, she said to Lamov that you should not mind my apron, the uh, the gown or whatever she is wearing. So you should not actually mind my apron, because it's little bit dirty. You should neglect it. That means you should just neglect it, avoid it, because I was working. We are shelling means drying. So she says that they are drying some peas. Okay, they are shelling some, removing the cells from the piece, okay, removing. So they are drying some piece there. So that's why, as she was working, that's why her clothes has become little bit dirty. So she said that you should excuse my clothes. And she asked her why he has not made them for a long time. He has not even visited them for a long time. And then she asked down, and both of them they sit on the chair. And then she asks if he would have some lunch or not. Then Lomov, no, thank you. I have had some already. And Lomov, he said that no, I don't want to take any lunch because I have already taken my lunch. Natalia, then smoke. Here are the matches. The weather is splendid now. But yesterday it was so wet that the workmen didn't do anything all day. And then Natalia said that, okay, if you are not going to have lunch, then smoke. Here are the matches, you can smoke because the weather is very splendid now. And then she talks about her own work, that yesterday it was so wet that the workmen, they did not do anything, they did not work at all yesterday. And then, how much have you stacked? And he asked her how much hay means, like you know what is hay, isn't it? The dry grasses of the grains, no, rice grains, so the dry grasses. So she asks her how much hay they have actually stacked. Okay, stacked means cut. How much hay they have stacked or stored. And now, how much have you stacked? Just think, I felt greedy and had a whole field cut, and now I'm not at all pleased about it because I'm afraid my hay may rot. I ought to have waited a bit, but what's this? Okay, so now she tells him to to smoke here, and she showed him the matches. And then she is talking about her own business and all. She said that yesterday it was so wet that the workers did not work at all, and he asked him how much hay he has actually stacked or stored. Okay, and then she also said, I'm so greedy, I have become so greedy that I have cut all the field, I have cut all the field, that means the hay. And now you say it's so wet that I'm afraid that my hay will rot, means damage, afraid that all it might damage. And in this dress, you look very nice in this dress, but where are you going? Are you going to attend a ball, that means the dance party? And then she said that I never used to put this dress at any time. I don't prefer to put this kind of dress at any time, but maybe you are going somewhere, so you have put that kind of dress. And then she asks, where are you going? Lomov, excited. Lomov is like excited. That means she said that you are looking good in this dress. That means he's little bit, okay, she is attracted towards him. You see, honored Natalia Stepanova, the fact is, I have made up my mind to ask you to hear me out. Of course, you will be surprised and perhaps even angry, but then he becomes excited. Means excited means like nervous. Here he is happy but nervous. And in nervous, he says that, okay, you see, Natalia, actually the main purpose of my coming here is that I have already made up my mind to ask you something. And of course, I want to ask you about that. Maybe you will be surprised for that. You will be surprised after hearing what I want to ask you, or you might be angry also. But and then he stopped because he's very much afraid. He could not actually tell what is the purpose of coming to his there. So aside, it's awfully cold. Aside means he is not speaking with Natalia, with himself. Aside he said, oh, it's very cold. That means he's shivering. Why he's shivering? Because he is very much nervous. He could not express his feelings to Natalia. Natalia, what's the matter? Pause. Well, then Natalia, she could not understand things, and then she asks, what is the matter? What happened to you? And then she paused. Pause means there is no talking. And then, okay, tell me what's the matter. Then Lomov, he said, I shall try to be brave. You must know, honored Natalia Stepanova, that I have long since my childhood, in fact, had the privilege of knowing your family. And then he said that, okay, let me explain it briefly. I will tell you all the things briefly. And then he say, okay, I'm then Lamov, he tells to Natalia that, okay, you might know that that I have we were since childhood we were very good friends. Since childhood we were very good friends, and in fact he had the privilege of knowing his family. He also knew his family very properly. That means both the family were very um, good friends. They were very good neighbors. Then he says, my late aunt and her husband, from whom, as you know, I inherited my land, always had the greatest respect for your father and your late mother. And then he said that, okay, my late aunt, that means who is already dead, okay, his late aunt, Lamov's late aunt and her husband, from whom he has inherited all the land. All the land is inherited by his aunt and her husband. So now he said that, so my aunt, my late aunt and my and her husband, they were always very honored to your family, your father and your late mother. Always respect, they gives the greatest respect to your family. They were very good neighbor. The Lamovs and the Chekovs have always had the most friendly, and I might almost say the most affectionate regard for each other. And then he says that, okay, the Lomov family and the Chivukov family were very good friends, very good neighbors, and very affectionate towards each other. They have good regards for each other. And as you know, my land is a near neighbor of yours. And of course, our land are also neighbors. Not only we are neighbors, but our land, my land is near neighbor to your land. You will remember that my oxen meadows touch your birchwood. And then he also said, how he explained that how his land and their land are neighbors. He said that if you remember that my oxen meadows means the place where grasses are grown for the cows, for the cattle and all. So the oxen meadows touch your birchwood, and your birchwood means the forest of a tree. Okay. So now he says that even not only we are your neighbors, but even our lands are neighbors of each other. And how? He said that my oxen meadow, that means the land where I and all for the cows, for the cattle and all, it touch your birchwood. So they are so nearby. So they are also your each neighbors. So, and then what he said, that means he is trying to be brave. He could not actually express his feelings. He could not say why he has actually come to their home. Then he is explaining the thing that we were so friendly, we were so good friends. Even from childhood, we know each other. Our family, they respect our family. Even not only that much that we are neighbors, but even our land are neighbors. Natalia. Then Natalia, excuse my interrupting to you. You say my oxen meadows, but are they yours? And then Natalia, when Lamov, he was saying that even my oxen meadows are touch your birchwood, then Natalia, she interrupt him. Okay, excuse me. She said, okay, excuse my interrupting. That means I want to say that I interrupt at your conversation. I want to say that you are saying my oxen meadows, but are they yours? And then she is a little bit confused. You are telling that yours, but are those oxen meadows your? Okay, what question you can? So Lomov, yes, mine. And Lomov, he said that yes, that they are mine. That land is mine. Then Natalia, what are you talking about? Oxen meadows are ours, not yours. And then Natalia, she said, then what are you talking about? You are saying your oxen meadows are yours, but ours, not yours. Lomov, no, mine. Honored Natalia Stepanova. And Lomov said that no, it's mine. Those oxen meadow, that land is mine, not yours. And then, okay, Natalia. Well, I never. Okay, Natalia, what are you talking about? Oxen meadows are ours, not yours. Again, Natalia, she says the same thing that no, it is ours. So now they are having like after some time about this oxen meadows, they will have the fight. Okay, they will have a very big fight. Okay, not hitting each others, but they will fight with each other about the oxen meadows. Now Natalia, she says that oxen meadows are hers, and Lomov, he said that oxen meadows are there. So then Natalia, Lomov, no, mine, honored Natalia Stepanova, and Lomov, he said that no, it's mine. In a very respect, he is very polite now. Till now, he is very polite, and he's saying, no, that is mine, not yours. Then Natalia, well, I never knew that before. How do you make that out? Then he said that, okay, I did not know this before, that the oxen meadows are here. But how do you come to know that the oxen meadows are yours? So someone wants to ask a question, you can write it down. Okay, I will reply it. So I will continue my explanation here. If you have any doubt, please write it down. Okay, so do you have any problem in understanding? Please write it down. So then Lomov, he explained that how he know that those oxen meadows are his. So how? I'm speaking of those oxen meadows which are wedged in between your birchwood and the burnt marsh. And then he said that, okay, actually I'm speaking of those oxen meadows. I'm speaking of that land which are lying. Wedge means lying in between, okay? In between your birchwood and the burnt marsh. So I'm talking about that. It is in between your birchwood and the burnt marsh. So it is there. So I'm oxen meadows, Natalia. And Natalia, yes, they are ours. And Natalia also, she is very confidently, she says that yes, they are ours. Lomov, no, you are mistaken. Honored Natalia Stepanova, they are mine. So Lomov, he very in a polite manner, he said that yes, actually you are mistaken, honored Natalia Stepanova. Actually, those oxen meadows are mine. Natalia, just think, Ivan Vasilievich, how long have they been yours? And then Natalia, she want to remind him. She tells him, just remember from how long those oxen meadows were yours. Just think it properly. Lomov, how long? As long as I can remember. Lomov, he said that how long? What kind of question you are asking? As long as I remember, I know that those oxen meadows are mine. Natalia, really? You won't get me to. Natalia, she said, okay. Did all lessons from English paper 2 comes in HSLC? No, not all lessons. There are some selected lessons, okay? There are some selected lessons. Not all the lessons are important. From this book, half you have English, general English, and other half you have English IL, okay? So those who have English IL, you can get your syllabus. Later on, I will give you. But you please write your name, okay? If this girly Didi, you write your name. If you are from our school or somewhere else, then only I can tell you, okay? Okay, so let's start it. So now Natalia and Lomov, they are very much confident. Both are very much confident that oxen meadows are there. Even she said that these are her, and Lomov, he said that these are there. So now how this will be solved? Let's see. Okay. So now Lomov, he says that as long as I can remember, those are ours. Those are ours. Natalia, really, you won't get me to believe that. And then Natalia, she says that is it true? You won't actually get me to believe that. I cannot believe it that are yours. It is ours, Lomov. But you can see from the documents, honored Natalia Stepanova, oxen meadows, it's true, were once the subject of dispute, but now everybody knows that they are mine. There's nothing to argue about. You see, my aunt's grandmother gave the free use of these meadows in perpetuity to the peasants of your father's grandfather, in return for which they were to make bricks for her. The peasants belonging to your father's grandfather had the free use of the meadows for 50 years and had got into the habit of regarding them as when it happened that Okay, so now Lomov, he explained the thing that how this oxen meadows are there. Okay, before that I will just tell you whatever chapters we have done in here in the live classes, those all the chapters are very important for your HSLC. Okay, all the chapters, but for half yearly and final there are little bits separation, but we are trying to complete it because we do not know if half yearly exam will be held or not. We do not know it, so I'm trying to cover all the chapters that is important for your HSLC exam. Okay, so till now we have almost completed all the chapters. I think this is the last chapter. Okay, so we have some selected from this book, and from Footprints Without Feet we have some selected lessons, which is some of them are from English, general English, and some of them for your English IL. Okay, not all the lessons from the book are important. Some of the selected lessons are there. Okay, so if you want it, I'll give you later on. Okay, if you are from our school, I will give you in the group, or else you will get it in the email. Okay, so let's start it. Are you understanding? Do you have any confusion in understanding? Please write it down, or else I will think that I'm just taking the class, you are busy in something else. Okay, so please write it down if you have understood or not. Okay, so now Lomov, he explained the thing. Okay, Lomov, he explained the thing very properly, that how these oxen meadows are his. He says now here that he says that okay, I can show you the documents, and I can prove you that this oxen meadows are mine. And then he says that it's true. Okay, thank you everyone. You are saying yes, ma'am. Otherwise, I would have think that okay, I'm just explaining here, and you are maybe sleeping or doing something else. Okay, very good. Okay, so from that he wants to explain it. He wants to prove it that oxen meadows are his. So he says that I have some documents, and then I can prove it. And it's true that once this oxen meadows were in dispute between us, were in dispute between us. So Noah, but now everybody knows that they are mine. But now everybody knows that these oxen meadows are mine. But once that this was the subject of dispute. So there's nothing to argue about. And now it's clear that this is mine because I have all the documents, and there is nothing to argue about this land. And then he explained that once, you see, my aunt's grandmother, he says that once his aunt's grandmother, she gave the meadows in to use it in perpetuity. And perpetuity means for a long time. Okay, to use it, to whom she has given, to the peasants of Natilya's father's grandfather. So for a long time, Natilya's father's grandfather has used this meadow freely without any without giving any amount. So they have used it for a long time. In return, for which they were to make bricks for her. But in return, as they were using those oxen meadows, so in return they have to pay her, but it's not money. They have to make bricks for her. Okay, so the peasants belonging to your father's grandfather, and now the peasants belong to your to Natalie's grandfather. They have used this meadows for a long time, that they have made a habit of using it. It became a habit for them. So now almost for 40 years they have used it, and they had got into the habit of regarding them as their own. And then because as they used it for 40 years, so they thought that, or they make the habit that of thinking that those meadows are there. So in that case it happens such like this. But now this oxen meadows are mine, and I have the documents. Okay, he explained it properly. Now Natalya, what she will say? No, it isn't at all like that. Both grandfather and great grandfather reckoned that their land extended to burnt marsh. which means the oxen meadows were ours. I don't see what there is to argue about. It's simply silly. Now, Natilla, she is not going to believe it. She says that no, it is not you are saying or how you are actually how you are proving the things. It's not like that. Now she also explained it that both grandfather and great grandfather, her grandfather and her great grandfather, they reckoned that their land extended. They understood, they told, they make it understood that their land extended to burnt marsh, so that between the burnt marsh and the birch wood, that is also ours. So I do, and then she said that I don't see, I don't think that there is anything to argue about. It's so clear that they are ours. So why you are simply fighting for this silly thing? Now Lomov, he said, I will show you the document, Natalia Stepanova. And then Lomov also, he is very much confident, and he said it, then I will show you the document, Natalia, and then Natalia says, no, you are simply joking or making fun of me. What a surprise. We have had the land for nearly 300 years, and then we are suddenly told that it isn't ours. Ivan Vasilievich, I can hardly believe my own ears. These meadows aren't worth much to me. They only come to 5 descendants and are worth perhaps 300 rubles. But I can't stand unfairness. Say what? I can't stand unfairness. And then Natalia says that no, it's not like that. Why you are making fun of me or joking or making fun of me. It's really a surprise for me. We have had this land for almost 300 years, and suddenly someone comes and tell that it's mine, and then I will believe it. No, I cannot believe it. She says that I can't even believe my ears. If someone comes and tells me suddenly, almost for 300 years we have used it, we know that this is ours, and suddenly one day someone comes and tells that this is ours, how I can believe it? And then she says that, and then she explained that these meadows are not so important for her. It is not so important. Come to 5 desetin. Okay, 5 desetin. Um, Desetin means land acres. Okay, so it will be 2.702, something like that. And they are 300 rubles, currency of Russia. Okay, so it's a currency of Russia, so it will come of perhaps for 300 rubles. It is not a very huge amount for me, and these meadows are not so important for me, but still I cannot stand unfairness. I actually want to speak the truth. I don't want any unfairness with anyone, so that's why I'm actually telling you that these are ours. So as I can't stand unfairness, though this land doesn't mean so important for me, but what is the truth that I have to explain it, and I don't want anyone to do any unfair things. Okay, then Lamov, hear me out. I implore you, the peasants of your father's grandfather, as I have already had the honor of explaining to you, used to bake bricks for my aunt's grandmother. Now my aunt's grandmother, wishing to make them a pleasant. Now he says that no, you have to hear me out. It's not any unfair mean. I'm not doing any unfair, and I implore you. Implore mean I request you. Okay. The peasants of your father's grandfather, and then he again explained the same thing, that how the peasants of Natalia's father's grandfather used to bake bricks for her aunt's for his aunt's grandmother in use of this land. Aunt's grandmother, she is wishing to make them little bit pleasant. She is wishing to make something new there. Then Natalia, I can't make head or tail of all this about aunts and grandfathers and grandmothers. The meadows are ours, that's all. And then she says that actually I can't make head or tail of all this about aunts and grandfathers, means I can't make you understand. I can't make you understand. I don't want to listen about the aunt, grandfather and grandmother. I don't know all those things, but I only know that the meadows are ours, that's all, and I don't want to hear anything. Then Lomov, he said that mine, Natalia, hours. You can go on proving it for 2 days on end. You can go and put on 15 dress jackets, but I will tell you they are hours. Hours, hours. I don't want anything of yours and I don't want to give anything of mine. So there. Now Natalia, she becomes a little bit like angry, and then she says that no, it's ours, very confidently. And then she also says that okay, you go and prove it for 2 days. If you take 2 days, if you want to prove it, go and prove it, take it 2 days. If you put 15 dress jackets to prove those things, do it. But I am very much confident and I will tell you that they are ours, 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 and I don't know anything, and I don't want anything of yours. She also said that I don't want anything of any other people. I don't want to take anything from other people, and also I don't want to give my share to anyone. And that's all, and I don't want to listen anything. Now Lomov. Natalia Stepanova, I don't want the meadows, but I am acting on principle. If you like, I will make you a present of them. So now, Lamov also, like in a very polite manner, he said that, okay, Natalia Stepanova, actually, I don't want the meadows. Even I don't want the meadows, but I am also acting on principle. I am also saying the truth, okay, about the justice, and justice should be done. If you like, he also said, if you like, I can give you this meadows in present. But what the principle is, what the truth is, that should actually come near. So I don't. So both of them, they are actually expressing their views that they both of them are not so much interested in that particular land, but they want to know, do not want any injustice. They want to do justice. The thing whose it is, they want it that it should be gone to that particular person. So both of them, they believe that they are theirs. Okay. And even here it is not mentioned that whose land it is. Let's say it. Okay. Then I can make Natalia, then she speaks out. Okay, I can make you a present of them myself because they are mine. Your behavior, Ivan Vasilievich, is strange to say the least. Up to this, we have always thought of you as a good neighbor, a friend. Last year, we lent you our threshing machine, although on that account we had to put off our own threshing till November. But you behaved to us as if we were gypsies, giving me my own land. Indeed. No, really, that's not at all neighborly. In my opinion, it's even impudent, if you want to know. Now, Natalia, she becomes a little bit sad and also angry, and then she said that, okay, I can also make you present of them myself because I know they are mine. I can give you in a present. And your behavior is very strange, Ivan Vasilievich. The behavior you are showing, it's very strange to me because I have not thought that you are that kind of person. And then she says that up to now, I have always thought you as a good neighbor, as a friend. Even that's why, as we were so good neighbor, that's why last year we even lent you our threshing machine. Though we have not done our work, we have put off our threshing till November, and we have given because you were very good neighbor of ours. Both of us, both of our family were very good, very friendly with each other. So in that case, we thought in such a way. But today, I cannot actually understand that you are this kind of person. I cannot even believe my eyes that what kind of behavior you are showing to me. It's really, really strange to me. And then you are behaving like we were gypsies, like we have come from some other place. Okay. Then he said that, and you are and you behave like we were gypsies. And then you are saying that you are giving me my land, you are giving my own land as a present to me. How it can be possible? It's not a neighborly relation. It's not a very neighborly relation, not a good relation. And then she said that actually, in my opinion, it's even impudent. Impudent means rude. You are behaving very rudely with us. If you want to know, you are very rude to us. And I have not even thought that I have not thought that your behavior will be such a strange behavior to us. Then Lomo, what he said, then you make out that I am a land grabber. Madam, never in my life have I grabbed anybody else's land, and I shan't allow anybody to accuse me of having done so. Now, Lomo, he said that, oh, that means you are telling me a land grab. Actually saying that I am a land grab. A land grabber means one who actually takes others' land, no? Forcefully takes other land. Oh, you are telling that I am a land grabber. And then he said that, okay, madam, you listen, I never in my life I have not actually taken anyone's land by forcefully. And even I have not given my own land or my own thing to anybody else. So you just say it, you just clear it that I am not a land grabber. And quickly steps to the carafe and drinks more. Then Lomo, he becomes little bit like he has a palpitation. So after some times he will be suffering from palpitation there, because he will be very much not nervous. Whenever he becomes angry or sad also, he suffers from palpitation. And then he quickly steps to the carafe. Carafe means a water container. He take out some water from there and he drinks more water. Oxen meadows are mine. And then also he is saying that oxen meadows are his. Okay, Natalia, it's not true. They are ours. Blomov, mine. So in this way, they are actually fighting with each other in on behalf of that land because of that oxen meadows. Both of them, they say that the oxen meadows are theirs. No one actually knows they are fighting for. Now here what happens, the main purpose of Lomov to come to visit Natalia's home was to propose her for marriage, but here Lomov has forgotten everything. They have started a fight about that land. And in this way, the fight will just go on. So tomorrow we will continue it, not tomorrow, on Monday. So I hope everyone has understood up to here. Is there any doubt? Do you have any doubt up to here? Okay. So let's stop it for today up to here. So we will start the other part of the proposal in our next class, that is on Monday. Okay, students? Okay. So that's all for today. Yeah, clear, no doubt. Okay. So that's all for today, students. So we will meet again at the same time on Monday. Okay. Thank you, students. Bye.